Hey, I'm Tim McMahon. Welcome to this edition of 4-1 Nosh. I'm decked out in a Toledo Mud Hens shirt, and there's a reason. Just as synonymous with the Glass City as the Hens is Tony Packo's. Let's go behind the scenes of this Toledo tradition. Opened in 1932 by Tony Packo Sr., the original Front Street location has seen many changes over the years, but the charm and the signature Hungarian hot dogs remain true to the humble origins of this iconic Glass City eatery.
It was in the middle of the Depression, and so people couldn't afford 10 cents for a hot dog, so we cut it in half and charged them a nickel. And that's part of the reason why our hot dogs are cut in half, is sort of a tradition. And the half hot dog's about a little bit larger than most hot dogs that you'll find. And so in 1932, the restaurant opened, and it was very popular. It's at the edge of Birmingham, which is Hungarian village, has a Hungarian heritage. And I remember coming here as a kid and listening to the Cakewalking Jazz Band on Friday night. My father was a CPA for Nancy Packo at the time. Mm-hmm. My father and Nancy actually went to a whole bunch of different auctions and searched for all the Tiffany lights that you see through the restaurant.
And that really kind of establishes the mood when you come in here.
Sure.
I mean, it's always been something signature to me with the lighting in here, in addition to the hot dog buns, which we'll get to in a minute. What was it the stuff with MASH and Jamie Farr and Klinger that it kind of really took off to a brand level?
Yes and no. Our product went into the grocery stores in the mid to late 70s. MASH was sort of towards the end of the 70s. Cakewalking Jazz Band actually is what brought, I think, the most notoriety. And we used to have the restaurant filled on Fridays and Saturdays nights, and it would be open until 2:30 in the morning. And they still play on the second Thursday of the month, and they're the longest jazz band of their type to be together for, gosh, 50 some years. Nancy took a lot of care to make sure that she got all the tastes right and searched for the right spices to add to the food to really enhance and keep her father's and her mom's recipes the way that they were intended.
And speaking of the recipes, we have some food joining us now. The chicken Paprikash, which is, I want to say it's my favorite, but everything here is so delicious, but it's kind of my go-to when I come in. There's your traditional chili dog. So the food's here, so let's continue the conversation with the food. I want to touch on the Paprikash and the dumplings because we saw this across the street. It's amazing how much food you guys are making in that space over there, and then shipping it out as well to the other restaurants.
Yeah, so we make most of our food from scratch, and the little building across the street, which many people don't realize, is the commissary for all 5 restaurants. And we saw the dumplings being made by hand. They're made, pretty much 3-4 days a week, just to keep them up with the volume. And they, marinate and cook the chicken for the Paprikash, and I think you saw the chicken gravy being made as well.
We did, absolutely. We saw a little bit of everything, and it followed Papa around, and they just know what they're doing, like instincts. Just go through, and then just get those dumplings out, move them to the next station, everything. But it's amazing to see what can be made, in this kitchen over there. Lunchtime at the original cafe is cafeteria style, where patrons go down the line picking out their favorites, including the hot roast beef sandwich, a popular order during my visit especially. As for me, I enjoyed another one of my faves, the fried pickles.
They're triple battered. They're our original pickles. Yeah. We tried doing them with our sweet hot pickles, but the breading wouldn't stick to them. Yeah, you have to be careful. Those are really hot. But our fried pickles are made with the chunks, and they're pickles and peppers, and which is very unusual. And they're our original pickles.
Perhaps just as famous as the dogs are the Packo's Pickles, which can be found in grocery stores and the Packo's gift shop. Just one of the quirky characteristics of Packo's, along with the signed buns decorating practically every wall in the restaurant.
Nancy Packo was one of the really helped bring the business to fame, so to speak. Burt Reynolds signed a hot dog bun, was the first one to sign a hot dog bun in 1972. It was right before he went into the Cosmopolitan with the risque photo.
The famous photo,
yeah.
Signed buns range from astronauts, who also took Packo's sauce into space, to Jamie Farr and other homegrown stars, to pretty much any celebrity and politician you can imagine, even those who've held the highest office in the land.
How many buns do you just ballpark it? How many buns do you have in here?
We have them all categorized, and all the restaurants have some buns in them.
Yeah.
But we've run out of wall space. You can't add any more buns.
But in case you're wondering, no, those aren't real hot dog buns.
They're blown styrofoam and then painted to look like a hot dog bun, and they look.
They fool me, yeah. I was just like, there's no way it can be real though. Some of these are really old.
We verify who they are and their notoriety.
Sure.
There's not really a hidden list of this is the criteria, and so we let people sign buns.
This is a bucket list kind of thing, like you don't sign hot dog buns, and this is the hot dog bun to sign, so I'm honored.
We're about wrapping up here. I gotta get a bite in. I gotta get a Packo's dog bite in. I already know it's delicious, so it's not like I'm gonna say, oh my god, like it's a surprise, because we know it's great. This is the traditional Packo's chili dog, right? With onions and mustard.
Magical.
Thank you for the adjective, because I was trying to find it. It takes me back to being a kid and coming here the first time. Every time I come here, the taste is amazing. It's so good.
Yep, Packo's is about making memories.